Coach Prime recently sat down with Fox Sports analyst Joel Klatt and former Colorado quarterback, and he described the mess that he inherited at Colorado. So we're going to go over this article and I'm going to give my thoughts. Guys, please do me a favor. Before we get into this video, please give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. All of that will be greatly appreciated by me. And Coach Prime Sanders described the team he inherited at Colorado as a mess that was rife with junk and foolishness, prompting him to get rid of, to the point where he only has 10 scholarship players returning from last year's team of a roster of 85. Sanders, as we know, he was hired as Colorado football coach in December, made those comments in an interview published online with Fox Sports analyst Joel Klatt and former Colorado quarterback. Coach Prime told Klatt that he has assembled so much talent to replace those players that he expects his new team to be able to compete with TCU in the season opener on September 2nd. Coach Prime responded to the criticism in an interview by describing what he walked into during his first day on the job. That was the day he warned his players that he would try to make them quit and replace them with his own Louis Vuitton luggage. Now, he's saying that after he first met with the team, he walked into a meeting room where the players were playing music and looking on their phones. He said he got into one room and music was playing. Sanders said, "Excuse me, what is this?" Then someone replied, "Coach, we always bring a boom box in our meeting room," one of the players replied. And then he said, "Have you lost your mind?" I could hear him saying that. "If you ever bring music into one of my meetings, I promise you, we will never see each other in life again." He said this is the kind of junk that he saw on his first day on the job. In fact, he did inherited a mess because they only won one game last year. And you got to think about it. What was the reasons why they only won one game last year? Because they're a Power 5 team. And people always talk about, Coach Prime is coming from the HBCU, but Colorado's a Power 5 team and they only won one game. Now, albeit this level of competition is very competitive. But to win only one game, it had to be, this is just my opinion, it had to be lack of discipline somewhere. Because coaches, they could teach you the X and O's all day, right? But they got to have the right personnel on the field. And for him to walk in, now let me just say this. You were on a team that only won one game, right? And you have a new coaching staff coming in. They're judging you already. And for that new head coach to come into a meeting room and you got music playing, there was no way he was going to have those players stay, man. There's no way. I definitely wouldn't have been on my phone, and I definitely wouldn't have had music playing. That's just me personally. Knowing that this is an old school type of coach. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't do their research on him. I don't know. But I could remember him addressing the press for the first time, talking about his standards that he's bringing to Colorado. And I just knew, just based upon what he did at Jackson State, that it was going to be a drastic change at Colorado. I just knew it. And I can also remember him addressing the team for the first time and how the players were looking at him. And he was very honest with them. He said, "Listen, there's going to be some changes from day one. I'm going to try to make you quit. Those that want to stay, you're going to have to prove yourself. And if you prove yourself, you're going to be able to stay. I'm bringing some luggage with me in his Louis." People might have thought he was joking, but he was not joking. And he was really honest with them, and he delivered on what he promised. And it was a huge roster overhaul after that point. Well, as the spring progressed, He also assembled a very good coaching staff. He brought in former Kent State coach Sean Lewis. He is now the offensive coordinator. And he also brought in former Kent State coach Bill O'Boyle. He is the offensive line coach. And they want to win as well. And they're going to win. And, like I said, it starts with the personnel. First of all, it started with the coaching staff. He got a great coaching staff in. And what do you do next? You have to bring in the players. He has Shador, so they have their quarterback. And he even said in the interview, all these competitive teams from last year, what did they have? They had the right personnel on the field. They had a quarterback and they had a good coaching staff. And that's what he has now. He has a good coaching staff. He has the quarterback. And trust me, Shador is not just the player's son. He can actually play. And a lot of people are going to find that out this upcoming season. And then he went out and got the personnel. Some part of the Louis luggage he brought with him was Travis Hunter. And we all know what Travis Hunter can do. I'm glad that he followed Coach Prime to Colorado, but he's going to have a breakout season this year. He plays both sides of the ball, and he has expressed that. And they also, Colorado said that they're going to play him on both sides of the ball. Now, I don't know how many touches he's going to get, but he's going to get quite a few, reminiscent of Champ Bailey. So he brought Travis Hunter. Of course, he was bringing Shiloh Sanders in. That's his other son. Of course, you know, he's a very good player. He brings in a lot of experience. He's very physical. He's going to add to the depth of that secondary. So Shiloh is there. J5, Jimmy Horn Jr., he brought him in. That was a very good addition early on. Obviously, they got more players now, but he was part of the first wave of players that came in. That was a very good pickup. He's a very electrifying player from South Florida, and look for him to have a breakout season as well to do big things, because he's going to benefit because Shedeur Sanders is not afraid to throw it. He's not afraid to also distribute that ball. If you're open, you're open. And of course, he also picked up Carmani McClain, the 5-star cornerback. He should be on his way to camp pretty soon. So he wasn't lying. He had some Louis luggage coming. Then he had a few more players from Jackson State that eventually came on over as well. And he also picked up some key transfers from other schools. A big school was Florida State. He brought in a lot of players from there. And the actual personnel that he has now, they're competitive. They're hungry. They want to win for him. And I think big things are coming. And I had said in another video, you just got to protect Shedeur Sanders, and he can make a lot of great things happen. So, yes, he inherited a mess, and he had to clean it up. And a lot of coaches had voiced their opinions on that. But I want to say this. Even one of the coaches that really voiced his opinion said that he wouldn't have let all those players go. But he didn't inherit a team that only won one game. He took over a team that was either at 500 or above 500. So he didn't have to let a lot of players go. Also, Lincoln Riley, the same way. He didn't have to let a lot of players go, too, because he took on USC. They already have a lot of great players there. So, yes, he did bring in some players, but he didn't have to do a huge roster overhaul like Coach Prime did. And like he said in the interview, he wants to win now. He don't want to wait 3 or 4 years. He want to win now. And we all know college football is a big business. There's talk about Colorado going to the Big 12. It's all about money. It's a business. So it's all about winning now. In order for Coach Prime to win now, he got to have the right personnel on the field. Like I said, you could teach all the X's and O's all day long, but if you don't have the right players on the field, you're not going to win. There's levels to these players. Some players, they're just happy with the scholarship. You know, football really doesn't define them. They could take it or leave it. But they do have the scholarship, and they know they're not going to the next level. They just, you know, and then you got some players that are hungry, as they say, dogs. They ready to give it their all. They want to get to the next level if they can. There's different levels of players that he was looking for. And like he said, you know, the foolishness, playing music and things like that, that's not what he was looking for. It's all about discipline. He was looking for people that are extremely disciplined and competitive, and that's the locker room that he has now. He has a very competitive locker room, and with the players that he have now, they look for them to win, look for them to beat TCU. And like I said, I'm putting my money on them. So yeah, man, that's what I have to say there. And what say you? Thanks for watching, guys. But before you go, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. Take care.